Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Talk with the Titans, live from London, UK, all the way to the US of A and worldwide. I'm your host, Kalam L, and this is Talk with the Titans. You know what? I usually say I'm broadcasting from London, UK, but today I'm actually broadcasting from Marrakesh, Africa. You know, so this show is literally going worldwide. On tonight's show, we have the captain himself from ISUPK, Captain Mashak in the building. He's going to be giving us a, wow, oh my gosh, he's going to be giving us an intriguing interview. We're going to be delving into the hearts and the minds of the Hebrew Israelites. We're actually going to do an explication on Commanding General Yahanna. Oh, wow. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Hey, shalom, warrior. Shalom, Kalam. First, I'd like to say, Tawada, thank you on behalf of the Israelite School of UPK under Commander General Yahanna for the opportunity to expand on this school and this nation, this Bible that we follow, our King Yahweh, you know him as Jesus Christ. Once again, we're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. My name is Priest and Captain Mashak Mayam, and tonight we're going to be going in to the questions that everyone has for the Israelite School of UPK. We're going to go into the history of it, what we do not do, which is more important as it relates to black people, and our mission and our goal. All right, so that's what you're going to have to look forward to tonight. This is a show you're not going to want to miss. And for anybody who has questions, you'll tune in, line them up, because we're ready to knock them down.
Excellent. Listen, it is a great pleasure to have this lion in the studios. If you haven't checked out his channel, oh my day. No, furthermore, it's not even his channel, it's ISUPK's channel, ISUPK Harlem. Stand up. Later on, I'm going to be showing you why this captain is considered a lion. All right, before I do that, let me actually introduce our panelists. Our panelist is here. You know what, next week, I want everyone to tune in next week. We have Nasi Yashibel in studios. Hopefully the whole Hebrew Israelite team will be in the studio next week, Wednesday, and they're going to go in on Kemet on trial. You know what? I know everybody's been waiting to hear about Kemet on trial, but there's been a radio silence for a hot minute, and there's a purpose and reason behind that. So stay tuned for the first exclusive interview with the Hebrew Israelite team par excellence. All right, so let me introduce quickly our brothers from the UK. We've got some brothers from the UK. Brother Virtue TV, are you there?
Yes, brother. Yes, brother. Peace, everyone on the panel. Walk on, though. Walk on. Happy to be here.
And listen, we're happy to have you here. Trust me, because you know what? This brother's coming fresh from the YouTube. He's subscribed to us. He's been very active. He's engaging with us. He said, you know what? Let me on. Get me on. Get me on. I was like, yo, family, you are here. You are in without a shadow of a doubt. He's doing great things with us. Check him out. All right. Next, we have in the studio a member from the Hebrew War Machine. We've got a member from the Hebrew War Machine, our brother partner Hisi. Brother partner Hisi, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom Ak. What's good?
How's Africa, man?
Listen, it's beautiful out here, you know. It's absolutely beautiful. It's hot out here. I'm in my, Marrakesh garments today after rep Marrakesh. So shout outs to all my Moors out there, doing great things. As you can see, we've got the Moorish paint in the background. We've got Moor up there, with his fez on, etc. Listen, I had to even visit a Hebrew Israelite community out here in Morocco. Listen, it is beautiful to see this happening, Listen, Hebrew Israelites, stand up. Kom Ya Sha'ala, you are worldwide. I'm talking indigenous Moors, black-skinned Hebrew Israelites are out here in Morocco, indigenous, all right? So stand up. Next we have in the studios our brother Asa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi to you.
Wa alaikum salam, brother. Alhamdulillah. Glad to hear from you. Glad to hear that you're okay and enjoying the weather. You know what I mean? Like the gums too, brother. Alhamdulillah.
As well. Hey, brother Tazaryach, I see you out there. I'm going to try to get you in as soon as possible, okay? So salute to you for supporting, you know, so we're going to get at it in a minute. So brother Mashak, hey, listen. You know, furthermore, if you don't have never heard of this brother before, I don't know where you lot have been, because you lot have been sleeping. You lot have literally been sleeping to not have heard of this brother. So I'm actually going to try to get a video up of our brother Mashak going in. Let's see. What can I do for you? So, brother Mashak. All right, here we go, everybody. So, if everybody can see my screen, I know you can see my screen. I'm going to play this video for you. Shalom. Bear with me for the technical difficulties. We're going to get into this. So I'm going to give you a countdown. All right, so while that is, you know, getting ready to go in, let me actually go back to my brother Mashak. Brother Mashak, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So I'm actually gonna.
All people, call it strength. Yo, tired, special. Number one, stop out. Further uncharted the fire of the teaching. That's all. One point. But it's a precise. We got a God. He's a God of this Bible. And the white man crossed the line when he enslaved us. We're using Michael Brown and Eric to get the message to you all. Because you all would not be out here listening to us if those brothers wasn't there. But we've been out here for the last 20 years. Everything in the city of America since 1969. We started in Harlem, New York, one West ISUPK, telling you that all race crimes are going to happen and to separate from the white man. This is bigger than Michael Brown. It's bigger than Eric Garner. It's about being a slave in America. And the only solution is to separate from America. Red light flashing in the city. If he was doing illegal, shouldn't you arrest the buyer also? You should arrest the seller of illegal stuff and the buyer.
That's right. Okay. All right. So that's a quick little intro to our brother Captain Mashak. Hey, Captain Mashak, I'm listening to you. Like you have a slack of here.
Kalam, can you repeat that, brother? You kind of cutting out a little bit.
Okay. So, brother Captain Mashak, I can hear that there's a slight accent in your voice. All right, there's a slight accent in your voice. I was just wondering, where is that accent from?
Okay, I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago. I was born there. I grew up there. I spent the majority of my life in Trinidad and part of Tobago. My parents and them originally from Tobago, you could say. There's a whole good mix of the two islands. Grew up in Trinidad and really coming across here, you get to realize that the island life ain't that much different than life in America or life in Latin America or anywhere else where Israel is scattered in terms of the oppression and what we face daily. It may be different in the physical things we have and the infrastructure, but the ghetto is the ghetto and hell is hell and oppression is oppression. And it's the same thing that I faced, my people faced coming up. And what I can say is that I was just like anybody else, you know what I mean, living life as you're programmed to live life from whatever you see on TV, whatever the white man, the devil, his curriculum is that was accepted as life and what standards are and how you should live and how a man should be and how a woman should be. And I had no question about it until one day, a brother who I knew gave me a CD. And he gave me the CD because I would always be interested in stuff with slavery, right? Growing up in Trinidad, we didn't at that time in Trinidad we did not have cable TV. There were 3 national stations, and there was mostly local programming with some syndicated shows, the typical Christian brainwash shows, the Cosby Show and stuff like that. And he knew I would watch certain black stuff, you know, Ghost of Mississippi, or I mean different stuff with the real good black things. All right, and he brought the CD to me, and that CD, I can say, changed my life from that day, literally. Right, that CD was titled "The Destruction of America," and it was explained by General Mayak, and it was read by General Hyman. And at that time, I didn't know who these 2 brothers were. All I knew that what was coming off that CD was power from the Lord, and as they spoke, I could actually see what they were saying. I ain't talking those spooky magical visions, but it was clear to me for once in my life the Bible was no longer a riddle. And for damn near a year, I would play that CD going and coming, you know what I mean, until I fully understood what the destruction of the world, as the white man would say, it is really the destruction of his world and the return of our King Christ, as it's written in the Bible and prophesied in the Bible. And so forth, so on. I started to inquire more and inquire more about it. Visit their website. At that time, they were broadcasting in New York on mnn.org, I believe. And I would go late in the night and catch the show late on. Until I started asking more and more questions. The same brother who I knew, he somehow, by the grace of the Lord and mercy of the Lord, I was able to have a 3-way phone call with Commander General Yahanna, who I did not know at that time. He just told me, talk to this brother, he's going to clear things up more. So when he put me on the phone with Commander General Yahanna, you know what I mean, I was cool about it. He was really very cool about it. But he answered every single question that I had that night. We talked for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And brother, when he hung up the phone, I was more sure that I would never set foot in the Christian church ever again. And I think that sparked something in me to want to see those brothers and want to learn from them in person. And then I made arrangements to come over here for a few years. All right, I come over here for a few years, and I would go to their street speakings. And honestly, at that time, in my head, I was like, well, these men had to be talking to the Lord personally to understand the Bible the way they do. I never once thought that I would be able to learn and speak and do the things they do and make a difference in black people's lives in the way that they do, in the way that they changed my life. I never once understood it or comprehended it, neither did I ever dream of being able to do it. And one day, he asked if I would like to definitely join into the classes and pursue. And brother, that was an opportunity I do not regret taking. By taking that opportunity, I've been fortunate to meet the best men on planet Earth in the ISUPK, the best brothers on planet Earth, the most loyal, honest, hard-working brothers on planet Earth, and really the right men who fit to rule over black people the way that black people need leadership today. And I thank the Lord for that phone call, for that CD, however it came. But the ISUPK is a shining light, a beacon, a golden fortress and place of refuge for black people in America, in hell, under the oppression of every nation on the earth. And with the help of the Most High in Christ, Commander General Yahanna and the school are going to change black people's lives. Whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not, this is the only leadership for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on planet Earth today. And if you disagree, I dare you to prove me wrong and find me a better alternative.
I told them to look in my eyes and never listen. They didn't.
Thank you, Captain Mashak. And it's praise the Most High. If your channel, if you are
Peace out.
Come on, good.
that is an amazing feat right there. Yeah. Community out here, and I think a lot of them are seeking that identity and the guidance that is much needed. I've got actually family. I've got family out there in your parts as well, in Trinidad. Now I see that I've gone to the Caribbeans. I'm out here around my Caribbean
history of him having the outbursts against some of his neighbors,
etc.
so they believe that is.
Kalam, can you have the other brothers on the panel?
We all have that in there.
I can't see it.
Please mute your mics, okay? There was a terrible feedback going on, so keep your mics.
Yeah, remember he said I was gonna cut out. Just refresh it, and you lot talking it.
He should be back soon.
So brother, the brother from Trinidad, what's your name again, please?
My name is Captain Mashak Mayam.
Captain
Mashak.
Mashak Mayam.
Yeah, Mayam.
Is that the way of pronouncing Michael or Michael, or is that a totally different word?
No, that's a totally different name. It's a totally different name. You could just Captain Mashak, M-A-S-H-A-K, Captain Mashak.
Okay, Captain Mashak. Okay, brother.
I have to apologize for the technical difficulties that we're having. I'm apologizing again. We're out here, TIA, this is Africa, so we have to apologize for the internet connection. All right. So as we were saying, there is quite a lot of brothers out here from the Caribbean islands. I believe that's from the tribe of Benjamin, if I'm not mistaken, Brother Mashak.
Yeah. According to the Bible, the prophecy concerning the 12 tribes was that the tribe of Benjamin are those brothers in the Caribbean islands scattered throughout those islands, mainly, not exclusively, but mainly, right? I know you have brothers in Guyana also who are Benjamites. You have brothers in Belize who are Benjamites. You have brothers in the UK who are Benjamites. Also, different parts of America, you have places where Benjamites tend to flock to, namely New York, Flatbush. You go down there, you can hear. Canada also. Canada is a big region where Benjamites go to also. But mainly, everyone is originated from those Caribbean islands, and the prophecy concerning the tribe of Benjamin fits the people in the Caribbean islands to a T. From our lifestyle, our culture, our music, to even how Benjamites have a stereotype of having 12 and 15 jobs and showing up early for all and finishing all and never being tired. And that's prophesied in the Bible of being able to work relentlessly, right? Like, no, there's no other people who fits that prophecy, even our music, where what another nation or culture or people may look at our music and think it's gospel, the way how we talk about God or the Most High or Jah. That's indoctrinated in our music. It's in the fabric of our music. But that's music to us. If it's a love song, if it's a war song, if it's a song that's giving praises to the Lord, that's what we sing about. And that's prophesied in the Bible also, that we would be meditating on the laws of the Lord all day and night. And you can search this world, sea to sea and land to land, and show me another nation where their music, everything about them is concerning the Lord. And that's, I mean, that's notorious for people from the islands.
That's right. That's right. As I was saying prior, you know, the Caribbean islands have that innate knowledge and innate, you know, spirituality about them that allows them to know that yes, we are Israelites. The only thing that's missing, I would say, is the guidance. You know, they're seeking, they're thirsty for that knowledge and guidance about their heritage and about the way to conduct themselves in life. And I believe that the ISUPK School of Practical Knowledge has that powerful guidance for those lost but soon to be found lost sheep of the house of Israel. So my brother, you know, there's a lot of brothers out here that have you know, flocked to this Israelite doctrine and identity and customs. You know, how can you help them from America? What kind of guidance can you give to them to become part of the ISUPK?
No problem, no problem. And just to go off your last statement about our people having that innate, I guess, instinct of being the Lord's chosen people, and it's not just the tribe of Benjamin. You know what I mean? We sing about it all the way through, but you find even the tribe of Judah is the same way, where we know even if we lost, we have an idea. The Hispanic tribes is the same way. The Native Indian tribes also is the same way, so much so that even though they face a false god, they worship after a false god, their sense of honor and loyalty stems from a code of conduct written. And you can do the research and find out that they also sported the shield of David and fringes and carry the same laws that we have written in the Bible. So it's the same way. And the scriptures actually speak about what you just said. Give me a example.
Romans chapter 10, verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God.
Right, this is Paul. This is the Apostle Paul, who himself was a Benjamite. He was a black man. He was not a white boy, even though he was a Roman citizen. Just like you, Kalam, are originally from Grenada. You are Benjamite, but you are a citizen of England. That doesn't make you a white man. That don't make you related to Tony Blair. That don't make you related to the Queen Elizabeth. But you are English citizen. Paul had Roman citizenship because he was born there. But he was a black man. What did he say about his people again from the top?
For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God.
Right, he bears record, meaning he could look at these people and see they have a zeal for the Lord. They're not like this devil called the white man and these heathen nations like the Africans and the Arabs and the Chinese. But these people have a zeal for the Lord. Right, go ahead.
But not according to knowledge.
But what?
But not according to knowledge.
But what?
But not according to knowledge.
But we don't have the right knowledge, as you said. We don't have the right guidance, as you said, until 1969, when there was a school called the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge that set up that guidance, that set up that knowledge, that set up that leadership for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who want that knowledge to come to complement that zeal, to go with that zeal so they can fix their lives and no longer be under the boot heel of the devil called the white man. Now, concerning the question about being the brothers over there in England who are fairly new to this and being introduced, that's no problem. Commandant General Yahanna gave his life to this thing. And like I said, I always liken that his story, not legacy to say, but his story, that what I know about him was that after weak men left him, weak men left the school, left the shield that you see here, the shield of the UPK on the ground for everybody to trample. This brother loved this house so much that he would rebuild this house brick by brick, layer by layer. And as years went by, men joined him and picked up bricks themselves and rebuilt this house. Imagine you could see a big lavish house on a corner that everybody admires, everybody wants to be in, everybody wish they had that house. That was the Israelite school at UPK at one time. And that was the nation of Israel at one time. And wicked, effeminate men left. And this brother loved this house and loved this nation so much, he vowed to rebuild it, even though onlookers swore it was an impossible task. And brother, I have no better thing to do with my life. And even the men in this room with me and the brothers in this school can attest to that we will join him in this impossible task. And we follow this man day in and day out and get sent to every corner, to every city and every state in the world. Because the word of the Lord has no boundary and will not be censored. And you rest assured, the order has gone out to put boots on the ground in London. You rest assured in the very near future, you will see ISUPK signs, a camp, a podium, a banner, this shield with a man with a mic in his hand saying, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. And your Bobbies, Queen Elizabeth, Prince Harry, Kate Middleton can't do a damn thing about it. So you brothers who want to join this school, you are brothers who want to be part of this body, of this strong brotherhood to fix real problems that black people face, real life horror stories that black people face day in and day out. You look into the Israelite school at UPK, ISUPK.com. We got classes going on right now. You can leave here, go join the law class. Officer Akada Barayam, a brother we plucked from the streets, from the claws of Satan, who would be, listen, a terror or dead, blood leaking from his brain. And this brother right now is teaching the laws of the Most High, giving that knowledge, giving that wisdom, giving people guidance, and help raising this army for the Lord. You rest assured, the Israelite school at UPK, that school is going to be built in London, and you are going to see us right there. You brothers who want to get down, go to the Israelite school at UPK, isupk.com, log into our classes, give your name, give your contact info. I personally would fly that flag and put this stamp down in London for you fellow Israelites who have a zeal, but not according to knowledge.
Wow. That's powerful right there. Kwame Sha'Allah. And listen, my Hebrew Israelite family out there, if you're in the UK, I'm going to leave the link in the description box down below. ISUPK.com. That is the site that you want to log on to. You can actually YouTube search ISUPK. It's got ISUPK Harlem, New York, literally worldwide. They've got an ISUPK YouTube link. So if you want to tune in and you want to be a part of this ground-breaking movement, please hook up with these brothers. These brothers will guide you aright. I have to put my personal stamp, Talk with the Titans personal stamp on the ISUPK School of Practical Knowledge for those Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters out there. If you are part of the Hebrew Israelite identity and you want to be correctly guided with strong men, men with fortitude, men with honor, as far as I've seen from, you know, Captain Tazaryach, Captain Mashak, listen, you know, General, Commanding General Yahanna, listen, these men are absolutely amazing. They will guide you aright. Trust me on this, okay? So tune into the YouTube channels to hear more of these brothers as well. I know you're here, you're watching. If you're loving the information that's flowing through your screens right now, you know, give us a big thumbs up and let us know what you like. Furthermore, if there's something here that you don't like, you know, let us know in the comments box. Let us know in the comments box what you don't like, what you would like us to improve on. And trust me, we listen to every single one of your comments and we try our best to reply to every single one of your comments as well. All right. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, where's that subscribe button? Here it is. Here it is. Up here. Hit that subscribe button right there or down below, because you know what, next week, you know what, Talk of the Titans is starting to look like it's the home of the Hebrew Israelites. For some strange reason, we have everybody passing through our studios. We have Titans like Dr. Ali Muhammad passing through the studios. We've got the brothers from the Amun Ra squad passing through the studio. Shaka Ahmos passing through the studio. You know, we have a whole host of brothers passing through the studios. But checking the statistics, the most, you know, the most, how can I say, aired brothers has actually been Hebrew Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. So we're gonna have the brothers Nasi Yash Bell coming in next week. So brothers, can you please keep your mics muted when you join? We've got brother Nasi Yashabel passing through the studios next week. Hopefully we'll be passing through the Divine Prospect, brother Hashar, and a lot of these great brothers to give us a rundown on Kemet and on track. Okay. So yeah, back to my brother Hashar. You know what? I would like to know actually, because from as much as I've gathered from the ISUPK School of Practical Knowledge, you lot are quite active within inside the community. You lot run quite a lot of programs, teaching the brothers, helping them to, you know, resurrect themselves internally as well as their family as well. So I want to know the different type of programs that you offer to the brothers out there.
Yeah, definitely. Israelite School of UPK is definitely geared towards Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities. But just to go back to the last question also, concerning London, UK, and the territories, we already have a trooper and a few more brothers, Trooper Parashia, big up Parashia out there in Birmingham. Just this weekend, we have a brother from Brixton, right close to London there, check in. So you know that it's coming right on and soon to the UK, where a full-out school going to be set up there. All right, so y'all just stay tuned for that. Commander General Yahanna already put things in place. This thing is going to be done. Now, and the same things we do here is the same things we're going to do there and everywhere where troopers, officers, captains, and generals touch the ground.
My brother, just to cut you right there. Listen, as soon as this camp is set up, trust and believe, I personally will be coming towards that camp. I'm going to give that camp as much exposure as possible. Okay? So Hebrew Israelites and
I'll go you one further, Kalam. I can see in the future you are going to be in studs and boots and fringes saying Kwame Asha'ala for real, because you have no other choice but to join your people.
I like that. I like that. Hey, listen, my Kwame Asha'ala is for real. It's for real. I'm completely aware of that Hebrew Israelite, you know, blood lineage. I've got family members that hold on to that Israelite lineage itself. So there's no way I don't actually represent and rep it. So we'll discuss that. We'll discuss that in length.
Damn right. That's what I want to hear. Damn right.
All right. Okay. So yeah, sorry, I cut your wisdom. So continue. Tell us about the programs that you offer.
No problem. The Israelites, a lot of people see the camp videos, and because we grew up under this devil, what we think is help, we look at it as something that's going to hurt us. Like we would take what the white man says to the bank, we would take it to our kids, but black men on a corner with a beard and braids and boots and fringes and studs, we don't listen. So now, of course, we branded as radical. We branded as the angry black men. We branded as everything that should not be listened to. When, in fact, we are the ones you should listen to. Beyond that street corner is an entire machine at work, right? Right now, as I said, there are classes in Philadelphia that's going on. There's classes in California, Atlanta, Florida, New York, everywhere. Not to mention, we have a ISUPK prison program. That's, the white man's prison system cannot reform you, but the Israelite School of UPK can, headed up by Captain Katham, a mighty warrior in this truth, and will steer any brother who wants to save his life, who, when I say save his life, not like the Christians mean, but definitely step out and become a brand new individual and come back to his people. You get in contact with that brother. We go into any prison, send letters, DVDs, CDs to any prison. You know what I mean? We support those brothers who want to come back to their people. The Israelite School of UPK prison program is the only prison program that's geared to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All else is just puppets and for show and for some white man to profit off of. These brothers do this for no profit, for the profit of brotherhood, which is golden and far exceeds any monetary value you could put on it. We also have the ISUPK food department, where we conduct food drives in every community where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians starve. And I mean, you could think of some, I could think of some, everybody knows somebody who's starving, who's black. You understand? That's headed up by Captain Kobala Math. And we go to different communities, go into get the food that the white man will already give to your Asians and your Arabs for them to cook in their restaurants and then sell back to black people. We go get that food and give it to black people who in need. You understand? Like, we really on the ground doing the work of the leadership. You understand? We really on the ground feeding black people physically and spiritually, giving them the things they need, tending to their problems, and on the street corner calling the white man the devil. Like, we don't do this thing for a game. We don't do this thing for a show. Like, black people's lives mean something to the school. It means something to Command and General Yahanna. And it means something to our King Christ, who we follow. Israelite School of UPK also has a GED program. You understand? Like, in here, you're going to find a myriad of brothers. We have master mechanics in here. We have master builders, brothers who build houses from the bottom up. We have doctors, lawyers, brothers who are professors in universities, engineers, any kind of engineer you want to think about in this school. And instead of going serving the white man, instead of going to his colleges and his universities like Henry Louis Gates Jr., or what's the other fool down there in Georgetown, light-skinned brother, what's his name again? Cornel West, the other light-skinned one who always like Dyson, Eric Dyson, like all those are the fools who go and just get paid to sell white people, black people's culture and problems, to sell white people voice in the hood and a blackboard, to sell white people, what else? Don't be a menace to society in a textbook and get paid. We do things differently. You understand? We actually going out there and teaching our people and raising them up. Like, you get like universal practical knowledge is exactly that. We're going to teach you how to live. We're going to teach you how to solve your problems. And above all, we're going to teach you who you are, which is a sickness, a disease that black people have in this captivity. If you look at our history, this is the only captivity that the Hebrew Israelites have been in where they do not know who they are. In the Egyptian captivity, we knew we were Hebrews. In the Assyrian captivity, we knew we were Hebrews. Babylonian captivity, we knew we were Hebrews. When we were under the filthy Roman and Greek occupation in the time of Christ, we knew we were Jews. We spoke Hebrew. We kept the Passover. But this devil locked us up, took our identity, and then released us as Eric Garner, released us as Michael Brown, released us as Emmett Hill and Trayvon Martin, and told us all we are good for is to sell crack and shake our behind like Beyonce and Rihanna on the TV to become global whores for everybody. But this school will solve that sickness. Black people's major problem is a loss of identity. We have cultural amnesia. We have colossal amnesia. And thanks to Commanding General Yahanna, who stood strong when cowards ran, we will rebuild this school and this nation and our people's identity.
That's right. That's right. Wow, 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 wow. Listen, I'm actually going to open up the panel very shortly. The YouTube audience as well, I'm going to open up to you very shortly. I can see you're typing away. You've got questions to make. You've got comments to make. I see that we have our Hebrew Israelites from the UK as well typing away as well. So we're going to get you in. Trust me, we're going to get you in. Don't worry about it. For everybody else who's watching out there that is fresh to this show and this channel, Talk with the Titans was birthed out of the idea that the intellectual giants, the titans of our community, have a well-organized platform to present, discuss, and debate critical information affecting our community, proposed by you, our audience, the community. So whenever you have any questions for us, please drop it in my email. You can find it on my channel. Once you subscribe, you'll find it in my business email. Just drop me anybody, whoever you want to see on the show, let me know. Any topics you want to hear discussed, let me know. Alternatively, go to the Facebook group, which is Talk with the Titans. Talk with the Titans. Join up, speak with our Titans. We have all the Titans on there. We've got, you know, your brother Polites, your brother Dr. Ali Muhammad, your brother Tazaryach, brother Smash Rockwell from the Magi, you know, brother Anka Kek from the Amun Ra Squad, Asai Hotep. So whoever you would like to speak to, just jump on the Facebook, talk with the Titans, ask them questions. You know, if that question is a very powerful question, you know, I would say, yo, listen, we need to get that question on. We need to get these brothers on to deal with this effectively for the community. Okay, so we're out here for the community, just letting y'all know. All right. So you know what? I've got a few questions myself, so I'm actually going to hold the mic for a little bit longer. Okay, I want to know about this individual that I've heard so much about, but I've seen so little, okay? And this is the brother, I'm trying to elate him to a position that is fit and fixed to my heart and how I perceive him to be, and that is Commanding General Yahanna. This brother is absolutely magnificent. From seeing him out on the streets, seeing him inside of the there was a big community gathering. I believe it was a ball or annual, something that was going on, threaded out, had all of the brothers around him, surrounding him, commanding all of them. You could see a whole host, an army ready to do battle. And I see this man as a very powerful individual. I've seen him gone into the court systems and defeat certain governmental bodies that were trying to sue the ISUPK for speaking out, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. He was effective enough to defeat them. So I would like to know more about this titan, this giant, Commanding General Yahanna. So can you give us a little insight about him?
Yeah, definitely. Commanding General Yahanna, first of all, he deserves a round of applause for what he has done for this nation so far. You understand? One man who saw it fit, only man who saw it fit to stand for Christ, to stand for a nation that no one would stand for, to stand for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, to stand for the ghetto, the barrios, and the reservation that nobody cares about. Imagine every single nation on the earth has a representation in the UN. Iran, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya. Muammar Gaddafi went to the United Nations and tore up transcripts and offended world leaders. But who is in the United Nations lobbying for the injustices that's done to black people? When America turned the water off up there in Michigan and black people had no water for months, it was a human rights crime. And the United Nations said, forget about it. You understand? When nobody cares about black people, he did. And that's something that no one should ever forget. Everyone should always remember, when it comes to boots on the ground and real problems, that's the man you turn to. You want to get entertained and have somebody make you laugh for a few hours, that's fine. You can look elsewhere. But when you want a government, someone who's going to respond when your daughters get molested, when your sons get molested, when you have crack addiction problems and weed addiction problems, when you have problems murdering and killing and raping, when you have problems for getting food, when you have problems for wanting to abort your babies or having aborted your babies and grow a conscience now and want to change, you look for Commanding General Yahanna. You look for him, and he ain't hard to find. Now, you said something, I'm going to correct what you say. Not that it was absolutely wrong, but I'm going to say it the right way. You said you've heard so much about him, but you haven't seen what the amount you've heard. You haven't seen as much. Every soldier of the Israelite school of UPK, you see them, you see Commanding General Yahanna. You see I'm here today, you see Commanding General Yahanna. Tazaryach in them debates, you see Commanding General Yahanna. See them brothers down in Atlanta, that's Commanding General Yahanna. You see brothers in California That's Commanding General Yahanna. That's him. That's who you see in. That's his work. That's his fruit. You understand? And why can I say that? Imagine you're a father, right? You're a father. You start having sons. You start having a ton of sons. I'm talking about scores, 20, 30, 40, 50. The more sons you have, they're going to gather around until all you're going to see is his sons while the father stands in the middle. Well, listen, Commanding General Yahanna is right there, producing these sons, raising these black men up the way they should, and black women also, the way that they should be raised up. That's him. He is the one, as you said, those court cases you've heard about are just the tip of the iceberg. Commanding General Yahanna been fighting for the rights of black people for a very long time. In D.C., we were taken to court for using a damn speaker. Anybody in D.C. speaking with a microphone right now, you thank your father, Commanding General Yahanna, for going to the court and beating the D.C. government in winning the rights to speak on a sidewalk with a microphone. You thank him for that. You thank your father for that. You thank a righteous, honorable man for that. You understand? Philadelphia, Liberty Place, they stepped out of their place to try to silence a handful of black men on the corners telling black people to stop killing each other, stop raping, stop being homosexuals and lesbians and whores, stop aborting your babies, stop selling drugs, stop using drugs, trying to encourage black people to clean their life up and raise their life up to a standard. And these filthy devils decided to take us to court and throw their money around. How much is this felony case? $250,000? $250,000 in lawyers, high-profile lawyers, to take us to court. And the Supreme Court ruled that what we had was sacrosanct, which means what? It was untouchable by them. It was well protected within the laws of America, and it was based on the Bible. It was based on something that was substantive. This wasn't our personal feelings or personal emotions. What you see us doing is a professional job. We don't get emotional on the job. What you see us doing is an ancient honorable profession since the days of Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, since the days of Christ, since 1969 with Abba Bivens, then on to Yaquab, then on to those brothers, and finally on to Commanding General Yahanna, who is at the head of the ISUPK and the head of this nation until Christ returns, right? And it ain't that is something specifically special about this brother, why he's winning these cases, but more so that he obeys Christ. He obeys what Christ said to do and obeys the Most High power. And because of that, the Lord gives him power over his enemies, gives him power to say what the Bible says he can say, which is the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, that America is Babylon and will be burnt when Christ comes down from the top to the bottom, and blood will flow in the streets from the neck of every Caucasian man, woman, and child when a black man by the name of Jesus Christ returns. Now, he took that same spirit, that same dedication, that same honor, that same loyalty that he had for the men who taught him and changed his life, and passed it down to his sons. And we do the same thing by passing it down to other brothers who want to help rebuild this house, who want to take this brick and put it down in the walls and rebuild the foundation, rebuild the roof, rebuild the doors, rebuild the pillars. And that's the loyalty you see in the Israelite school at UPK. That's the loyalty of Christ. That's the brotherhood of Christ. Now, with that kind of togetherness, with that kind of leadership, drugs ain't going to come into your community. We ain't going to sell nobody out like Al Sharpton and T. Jakes and Creflo Dollar. With that kind of leadership, no Muslim can come to me and give me money to make my brothers wear a kufi and a damn dress like Louis Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad. Million Man March and Trayvon Martin still dead in the damn streets. Eric Garner still getting strangled out. Sister just threw her 3-year-old daughter over a damn bridge. You understand? Black people got real damn problems. Real life horror stories. You tune into Commander General Yahanna's radio show, he brings it out, what CNN is afraid to put on the news. Sisters super gluing their toddlers to the wall and beating the skin off their behind. Beating the skin off their behind while we joke around in these fake false religions that do not care about black people but promote heathen nations. Christianity promotes the white man. Islam promotes the Arabs and the Africans. Who promotes black people, Hispanics and Native Indians? Nobody. Who cries for us? Who mourns for us? Nobody. We left to die in silence unless Commander General Yahanna opens his mouth. And I'll follow that man to the end, to the very end. And the brothers will follow him to the end. And the brothers we raise up will follow him to the end. That's the leader we follow. That's the king we serve. And that's the man that king left in his stead. Commander General Yahanna. A true, honorable, great man. A brother who my words don't even begin to describe, even though I try. What I have to say about him is not even enough for the impact he will make. But rest assured, the world will hear about this school and the world will hear his name and respect it and respect black people once again.
Incredible. Thank you, my brother, Captain Mashak, for that. I personally believe that the whole world is being aware. There's awakening taking place. The whole world is growing conscious of the school of ISUPK all around. I think the school actually, and Commanding General Yahanna himself, demands respect. Whether you disagree with his ideology or not, you can see the results. You can see the family, the resurrection of that tribe, resurrection of the Hebrew Israelite, mind frame, the culture, the essence. You can see it apparent in these brothers all around America, in the Caribbean, etc., and in the UK, soon to be a striking force. All right, I'm going to actually open up to the audience members or the panel members to ask you any questions that they have for you. Before I do that, I would actually like to let our audience know that our brother Captain Tazaryach, has a few words that I'm pretty sure that he would like to share with us. I know that they have the ISUPK has an event coming up, integration. Something to do with integration. Is integration good for our people, or did it cause our downfall? Something along them lines. And I want to keep it very vague for the powerful brother Captain Tazaryach to take over and let us know about that. So Captain Tazaryach, if you're there, let me know that you're ready to actually speak. Mic is unmuted. Okay, my brother Captain Tazaryach, your volume levels are quite low, so if you could possibly raise your volume levels up.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, no sweat. If y'all can hear me, just let me know real fast. What we got coming up, I'm assuming you can hear me because I ain't hear nothing different. First I'll say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat, the Captain Mashak Mayam, holding it down for ISUPK as always under Commander General Yahanna, who got the helm right now. Of course, ISUPK, we do have a powerful lecture coming up in Harlem, New York, at the National Black Theater. This is February the 22nd from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's a $10 cover charge. It'll also be streamed online. The subject matter would be integration, did it kill Eric Garner? And what we'll do is go into the history damn near of our plight in America, like what Mashak Mayam brought out earlier, which is like the major problem amongst our people is identity crisis, giving our love to this devil. Because before, like, I don't see no difference between integration, the time before integration or the time after integration. I still see the white man killing us, but I do see our destruction since we've joined him. So what we're going to do is show the history and then lay out a blueprint of how do we get out this condition. Now, of course, with ISUPK, we're always going to use the Bible. And the reason why we use the Bible, not because it's something fancy, or because we like the words, or because we like this, or like, it's because we are those people. If we are not the Israelites, then we should put the Bible down. But like Captain Mashak Mayam brought out earlier, the tribe of Benjamin is described to a T in the Bible. The black man is described to a T. The Hispanic brothers are described to a T. So if that book is talking about us, and it gives us laws, gives us statutes and commandments, gives us a power that would destroy the so-called white man, then that's of course what we will use. And throughout history of black people, from Nat Turner to Marcus Garvey to Malcolm X to Khalid Muhammad, all of them use that Bible, and we'll show that as well.
Thank you, Captain Tazaryach. All right, we know we need to have you again. You know, with inside the studios, so we're gonna have to try to arrange a show where you're coming in as well. All right. So look out in the future. Definitely look out for that in the future with Captain Tazaryach coming on. But right now, the man of the hour is our brother, our captain Mashak. Brother, Captain Mashak, you know, that's a very powerful name, and I would like to know exactly what does Mashak Mayam means.
Okay, Mashak Mayam is a Hebrew name, all right? And it really describes, I would say, Israel as a whole too. But definitely, brothers get their names coming in the truth. Everybody's, just to give you another backdrop again, coming into this truth, coming into this knowledge, you now discover who you really are, and you become a new person. It's like being born again, as the scripture says, which the Christians bastardize. And every newborn child gets a name. You understand? It signifies a new person, you understand? So now, you come into this truth, you're no longer called by that slave tag that the white man gives you. You understand? You now get referred to by a name that comes with power from the most powerful language on the earth, which is Hebrew, which the God of Israel gave to us, right? Mashak Mayam literally means pulled or drawn from water. Because as finding this truth, Commander General Yahanna, like the good father that he is a good father is always able to see strengths and weaknesses in his sons and his daughters. And you were able to see whether your son could stand on his two legs or if he needs help, right? And he saw that I was struggling coming, but I definitely was coming after this truth, and saw that I wanted it, and decided to help, to assist in me getting up all the way into this and pulled me on board this vessel. So that's what it symbolizes and signifies. But it's not. Don't look at it as if it's something unique and special. Everybody has a name, and it's towards them, right? It's towards them. It's tailored to them. What's more important is the name Israel. Is the name Yasha'Allah. You understand? Is the name that the Lord gave us that we totally reject, right? We are princes with power. Every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man is a prince with power. And Commander General Yahanna is right there waiting to give you back your identity, to give you back your heritage, to give you back your language, to give you back your culture, to give you your community, to give you your laws back, to give you back that representation that we sadly miss in the earth today, that we need, that black people don't know they need. And that's more important, right? The name that's more important is Israel, and who Israel is. The name of the Lord, our King Yahushua, you know him as Jesus Christ. Like, that's the knowledge that really needs to go out to our people and understand the severity of having that type of knowledge, the difference it makes in a brother's life or a sister's life, and how we can now once again become a power and a nation that is protected and respected and no longer taken advantage of and pimped and hoard out and totally sucked dry and then made the scapegoats for every problem in America after we done been raped and brutalized and murdered and taken advantage of. You understand?
Excellent. Okay, I've got questions coming in from the YouTube. I've got questions coming in from the YouTube, and I want to get our audience members' questions out. As you know, audience members, Team Titans, I've got you lot out there. I've got you lot checked in. I've created a special group for the first 1,000 members. I've created a group for the first 1,000 and a little bit members or subscribers to the Talk with the Titans, and I've opened it up for you to get exclusive information. We had our brother Divine Prospect that gave a lecture, African archaeology, where you know, there was questions put out by the Kemetic community. Where are the Hebrew Israelite tombs? Where are the Hebrew Israelite tombs? So African archaeology, where are the bodies? There's a lecture done by Divine Prospect. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. Okay, so you know that I'm always trying to get you exclusive information, exclusive rewards. So if you're joining in, you know, ask your questions right now, and I'll make sure that, you know, you are the first ones to get your questions answered. So we've got a brother here, brother Twist Elijah, and he asks, does ISUPK believe that the truth or knowledge of the Most High can also be found within other cultures' spiritual science?
Okay, you ready for me to answer? I'm taking it. Yes. All right. Okay, I just want to make sure I understand the question. He says, does ISUPK believe that the truth of the Most High can be found in other nations' spiritual science? I'm not sure what he means by other nations' spiritual science. I'm understanding it as by the philosophies of other nations. I'd like to use the real foundation, the right targeted word for it, which is a philosophy. Right, spiritual science, you make it sound kind of nice, something attractive, something that this might work, all right? But, okay, I'd like to pose this question back to him, and the short answer is no. The truth of the Lord, give me the revealed to the prophets. The Lord is what his intentions are revealed to his people. Give me Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Give me, he showeth his word unto Jacob. He had not dealt so with any nation. All right, give me those two scriptures real quick. And in the meantime, I'd like to pose this question back. Show me some spiritual science that tells black people not to follow the white man, that says the white man is the devil. Show me a spiritual science that tells black people who they are according to some law or prophecy. Show me a spiritual science that can explain World War III and what's going on now in the Middle East. Show me spiritual science that can explain why black women have committed abortions that at the highest rate, more than any other racial demographic in America, have the highest rate of abortions. In 2009, it was 450,000 black babies from black women alone. Hispanic women were leading second. You understand? Show me that. Show me why in the spiritual science of another nation's philosophies. Show me the prophecy of black on black crime being rampant and brothers being incarcerated at 2 and 3 million brothers in prison in America today, and the solution for it. Now, if you can show me those things, then unequivocally, you can show it to me, then maybe we can talk about it. But I can open the Bible and find the prophecy of World War III. I can find the prophecy of black people being slaves in America and our condition in America. I can find black on black crime in the Bible. I can find the reasons for abortion and the prophecy of abortion in the Bible. I can find all these things and their solution in the Bible. So definitely, till this day, the truth is found in the Bible. And to understand the truth, you're going to have to come to a teacher, which is the men in the Israelite school of UPK. It's impossible to actually think that you understand the Bible and can call yourself a Hebrew Israelite if you did not learn from the Israelite school of UPK. And that's also in the Bible. You understand? Give me what I want. Amos 3 and 7 first.
Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
He revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Now show me in any nation's spiritual science or their philosophies a prophet. What does a prophet do? He gonna have to prophesy. He gonna have to say something that happens in the future. Show me Lao Tse. Show me Nietzsche. Show me Arabian and Islamic prophets. Show me the white man's prophets. Give me the prophecy. I can open the Bible and show you Ezekiel prophesying this nation would rise. I can show you Jeremiah prophesying. I can show you John prophesying that America would be burnt. I can show you Christ prophesying wars in the Middle East. The Lord revealed his secrets unto his prophets, which have always been Israelites. They are Israelites today, and they're always going to be Israelites. Give me the next one.
Psalms chapter 147.
Come on.
Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
He what?
He showed his word unto Jacob.
The most high power, the most powerful God ever. Ever. The only God ever. If you want to put it like that, you want to be blunt about it. He showed his word to who?
Unto Jacob.
To the Asians.
Unto Jacob.
To the Japanese.
Unto Jacob.
To the Africans.
Unto Jacob.
To the Arabs.
Unto Jacob.
To the white man.
Unto Jacob.
To Jacob, Yaquab in the Hebrew, who is the father of the 12 brothers who grew into the 12 tribes of Israel. The Lord showed his word to these 12 tribes who are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He showed his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He showed us his laws. He showed us his punishments. He don't punish these other nations like he punished us. You understand? The white man has been a colossal homosexual from the Greeks. But AIDS is rampant in our community. The white man can be a crackhead homosexual like Anderson Cooper. He could be like, what is the one who died the other day, the actor? I forgot his name. Whatever his damn name is. He's a white actor who overdosed on 50 bags of heroin. Acted in movies. Acting in movies, and you would never know he's a damn crackhead. But a black man take on a homosexual spirit, you have RuPaul. You understand? You have Tyler Perry, who is a lunatic out his mind, who's been molested as a child, raped as a child. You understand? He shows us his judgments. He deals with us different because we belong to him. Go ahead.
Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation.
He had what?
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He have what?
He have not dealt so with any nation.
The Most High Power has not dealt this way with any other nation. So it's not my words, but the Bible says. The Word of God said he didn't give his knowledge to any other nation. He gave it to Israel, the 12 tribes, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? And today, where you go for that knowledge is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. That's why we have on our videos, the ISUPK is unaffiliated with any Hebrew Israelite group. If it's not of ISUPK under command in General Yahanna, it's not of the Lord. Right? Philip Seymour Hoffman, that's the damn devil's name. Salakia. Go ahead, brother. Kalam?
Yes, my brother. Okay. Can you hear me? All right, I think you can. All right. So I can see that the YouTube is going crazy. You're asking questions. I hear you. I'm actually going to send out an invite to my top YouTube engagers. Okay, so my top YouTube engagers, those people who've been liking the YouTube videos, subscribing, sharing the videos, favoriting, you know, commenting exceedingly. I'm actually going to give you right now the link to join in to ask any question you have for the captain, Captain Mashak Mayam. So here we go. It's posted out to you, so you'll be able to join in straight away. If you don't know the rules, we have 3 major rules for the show. Those 3 major rules, if you can hear me, firstly, keep your mics muted at all times. Secondly, if somebody else is speaking, respect their cipher and mute your mic. Thirdly, please, no foul languages. We try to keep profanity at the minimum level to respect the audience, respect the children actually tuning in and watching this show and wanting to engage. Okay, Brother Mashak, can you hear me? Because my computer.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, cool. All right. So we actually have another question from YouTube. I know my panel members want to ask questions, but I'm giving it to my YouTube members as a thank you. So we've got a question here from the brother. Is this Yasharel? No, not Yasharel. We've got a question here from Aubrey44. Okay, Aubrey44 states that basically, were the Hebrew Israelites always known as the house of Israel in the records of history and archaeology, or were they also known in the historical records as the Hyksos?
Okay, no sweat. All right, like once again, every captivity we've been in, we knew who we were. All right, but now in any major empire, all right, in any major empire that has slaves, their records are not going to tell you who those slaves are. Their records would tell you about George Washington, for using America for an example. Their records will tell you about George Washington. They will tell you about Abraham Lincoln. All right, they damn near even till today. According to America, the best rapper on planet Earth is Eminem. The best R&B singer on earth is that Australian wench Iggy Azalea, right? They just gave a Grammy to that homosexual from England, Sam Smith. You understand? Now, Elvis stole rock and roll, even down in the Caribbean, reggae. Bob Marley is the front line for it. So now, when you study America as an empire 1,000 years from now, 500 years from now, if Christ ain't back by then, the history is going to show that the great people in America were all white, right? They were all the brains and the scientists and the architects and the engineers, and that the slaves were Africans. You understand? They're going to tell you that the Hispanic tribes are nothing but Chinese or some other retarded lie. They will never reflect that these are Hebrew Israelites who Queen Elizabeth commissioned Cristobal Colon, you know him as Christopher Columbus, who commissioned him to go on a voyage and search for the slaves that Rome used to build their empire. And they were found scattered throughout Africa and were rounded up. So now to answer his question, we were known as shepherd kings in Egypt. If you want to go into the history and look for it, they call us, they have certain historical references that call us Hyksos in the same way. You look in the Assyrian Empire, they may have names for us, but you're going to find a stronger essence of Hebrews being in those empires simply because they allowed us to keep our identity, even though their records lie. But they allowed us to keep our identity. But America is the only one who stripped us of it. You understand? Okay. Give me Genesis 47 and 3. All right?
Genesis chapter 47, verse 3. And Pharaoh said unto his brethren, what is your occupation?
Right? This here now is the Hebrew Israelites as they just started to come into Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto them after Joseph brought them in, what is your occupation? Go ahead.
And they said unto Pharaoh, thy servants are shepherds.
And he said unto Pharaoh, are we your servants, king? We are shepherds. All right, go ahead.
Both we and also our fathers.
Both we and our fathers. Right, and this was wise counsel because why? Joseph told them the Egyptians had an aversion to them sheep. Couldn't stand the bleating of sheep. Couldn't stand the baa, couldn't stand the smell. And he said, listen, if you tell them that we're shepherds, they're going to put you in a land separate. And we needed to be separate to keep our laws, to keep our customs, and to still thrive even though we were strangers in a strange land. But in America, we were not allowed to become separate. We were not allowed to thrive. We were not allowed to keep our laws. Instead, we were labeled African American, nigger, coon, colored, and every other thing under the earth. And I'm sure you look in any other dynasty, you're going to find some sort of myriad of names for us. Kalam, you there?
I'm here, my brother. I'm here. I'm taking it all in. Okay. So we have questions as well coming in from the panel members. So panel members have asked a question. There's been quite a lot of conjecture going on with a few of the Hebrew Israelite communities out there, and quite possibly because they're not falling under the commandments of commanding General Yahanna. So one of these questions, or one of these things that have been put out there as conjecture, and we need to get to the bottom of it, is the Hebrew the oldest language? Is the Hebrew language one of the oldest language, or the oldest language?
Okay.
And that is from the...
You there? Okay,
Yes,
now the Hebrew, that's the Greek or the Latin translation of a Hebrew. It's actually Ibar in the Hebrew language, which comes from Eba, right? Which comes from Eba. The white man would call it Aramaic because he thinks Hebrew, what you call the Paleo-Hebrew, comes from Aram, but it actually comes from Eba, right? Which all these nations you have today coming out of that line anyway, right? They would speak some Hebrew or some variation of Hebrew. Now, before Eba, they may have had that variation of that language or some other language, but that's not the right question. Is Hebrew the oldest language? That's not the right question, right? The right question is, what language did we speak before the slave ship? You understand? Where were we before the slave ship? And Hebrew was our language before the slave ship. Our native Indian brothers spoke Hebrew. You get a book called Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, right? With the Portuguese explorer Montesinos. He recorded it in there where his guide, who met a local, what you would call a native Indian or Taino Indian in the Americas, and she saluted him in Hebrew. He recorded it as the Yiddish, which you see today, the Jewish long-nosed rat bastard devil speaks. That's not Hebrew. But what she saluted him and said was Shema Yasha'ala, Yahweh Alahaya Nawe Yahweh Akkad, which means, hear, O Israel, our Lord, our power is one God. And they spoke Hebrew. That's our language. Now, just to set the perspective and not to offend the brother in his question, I understand the desire and the zeal to learn the oldest things and the what is older and which dynasty is this and that. But this is the question I have to you. What's going to stop the next crackhead from overdosing? What's going to stop the next sister from aborting her baby and possibly bleeding out to death in some back alley clinic while we go to party and worry about the oldest this or the oldest that? The thing is, Hebrew is our language, and these laws are written in Hebrew. That's our language. That's our heritage. That's ours. It belongs to us, and we should want it back.
That's right. That's right. You know, we need to revive this language, this Hebrew language, you know, back into the mindset, the consciousness of the African Caribbeans, whether you are in the African Caribbeans, the African Americans, you know, whatever name that you choose to classify yourself, Black, Caribbean, Moors, whatever the case may be, but actually acknowledge that the Hebrew language has been your ancestral language for many generations. And for those of you who should actually get back into that lisan, that lahu. I can't remember the name in Hebrew right now for the language. Lashuan
Kodash. Right? Kodash. There's no E in the Hebrew. Not to cut you off, Kalam, but just to insert right there, we have the most powerful Hebrew class every Friday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., taught by the most powerful language scholar on planet Earth, Captain Kobalama. His name means hearer of the truth. So you know, if he's hearing the truth, he's going to speak the truth. You understand? You want to learn the Holy Tongue? You tune in every Friday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and you're going to learn your language. And I ain't talking about no fly-by-night little 101 stuff. I'm talking about verbs, conjugation, sentence construction, past tense, present tense, masculine, feminine, variation of verbs and languages. He give you the whole 9 and then some. You understand?
Wow, wow, that is powerful. So if you want to learn the Lashuan Kadash, that is the holy language itself, tune in for the hours of 7 to 9 p.m. ISUPK channel on Fridays. I personally myself is going to be tuning in. I need to get back up on my studies for my Hebrew language. So trust me, I'm back in and I'm back on my 22 characters. I'm back on that. So trust me, I'm tuning in. And you know, I was actually tuning to one of your shows yesterday, and I believe it was talking about forgiveness and repentance when your brother you know, has done you wrong, Salah, and they, you know, they're sorry for it, they repented, and they now you should actually forgive them and get them back on the right track. So these brothers are doing excellent work. So just tune into the ISUPK channels on YouTube and you will see these brothers giving you wonderful discourses. Trust me on this. All right, we actually have in the studios more Titans just popping in every single second. Brother Lord Abba. Lord Abba in the studios. He's actually going to be coming in very soon, you know, hopefully before the end of this month, to actually do a lecture, do a class for us. So please look out for that. We've also got the brother Anka Kek, the real black atheist, you know, fresh from the Kemet on trial debate. So I know a whole host of you are just waiting. Trust me, be patient with us. Be patient with us. You know, we're taking our time for this. We're seasoned in this. We understand that a lot of you haven't actually seen the video, haven't actually seen the debate. So we want you to actually see the debate. We want you to weigh in yourself, okay? Don't go for emotionalization. Don't go for sensationalism. Please, I've left you in the previous video. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now and go back into the playlist. We've got a playlist called hashtag Talk with the Titans or simply Talk with the Titans. We've got the playlist, and I've left you a document there that link in, go into the description box. This document I've left you there on how to effectively judge the debate, how to set yourself a criteria to judge the debate, whether it's by content, delivery, substance, you know, points awarded, if there's heckling, etc., somebody cutting you off, whether there is good time management taking place, whether there is teamwork going on. And I know a lot of you are seeing that teamwork going on between Nancy Chevelle and Hashar. It was beautiful to watch. I can't, you know, it was amazing. It was like tag, 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 they were going in. So on teamwork, I have to rate them, but let me not even say that. Let me not even say that. Just have to watch it yourself. You know, the kid, polite, came in, gave you something that you've never seen before. It was amazing. You know, then we had the Magi, archers, arrows, up coming in and just going ham. You know, a lot of the brothers right now are actually talking about this, about his dissertation. They're saying that he came with some scientific content. He gave us, you know, actual content that we delve into, we can do research on. So I have to rate that debate. If you haven't seen that debate, you know, please, like, support your brothers and sisters out there. You may not agree with their ideology or may not agree with the way they do things, but we have to support our brother Sarnetta TV, because without Sarnetta TV, to be honest with you, a lot of you know, these brothers and sisters may not be in our consciousness. We may not be aware of them. They, you know, Sarnetta TV is basically the funnel. He's that first point of protocol, you know, to actually get familiar with this conscious information. And after a while, you know, we kind of filter, we sift out, we say, nope, we don't like that ideology. We want to go more over to the Hebrew Israelite ideology. No, we don't want that Hebrew Israelite ideology. We want to move more to the Islamic ideology or to the Kemetic ideology. So whatever the case may be, we still have to support these brothers out there and tune into the debate, because you may actually learn something. And hopefully we can actually put on some sort of debate that's more scholarly, where you can actually have information criticized and critiqued correctly. And we're going to try to give you more. That's what we're here for. We're here for you, the audience, and want to give you more. All right. And that being said, let me actually bring it back. We have our brother Yahanna Ben. You know this name. You know, let me actually bring him in. Brother Yahanna, can you come in real quickly and introduce yourself to our audience? Brother Yahanna, if you can.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. Could you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. Well, I've been a listener of the community for some time now, going back and forth, listening to Sinetta, listening to ISUPK, AOC, all of the other Israelites out there, Amin Ra Squad. You know, those are really popular. And I'm just basically on the panel just to ask a question to the ISUPK side. But whenever I have the opportunity, then I'll ask that. You know.
Okay, okay. All right. So I'm actually gonna take it back and go into the YouTube right now. The YouTube. I'm gonna have to apologize. We're gonna cut the show very soon. So if you want to get your last questions in, I'm gonna try my best to get it out there for the Captain Mashak Mayam. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom, Chief. Chief Judah out there. I see you, my brother. Shalom, Yasharal. You know, I send my fraternal greetings to you as well. It's love. It's all love. Okay. So, brother Mashak. Okay. I've got a question for you. I see that a lot of the brothers have or seem to have offices. They have positions to play. I would like to know, as a trooper at entrant level, someone coming into the Hebrew Israelite camp, as a viewer, as an observer, we can see that there is on the street camp, you have the main speaker. I think I believe it's the Quran or the Kara or the I need to get back into as I said, my Hebrew. I need to get back into that. So pardon me, I'm a bit rusty right now. So we see that there is usually a speaker there, or somebody who's reading out of the holy book itself, the scriptures itself, somebody else to back you, the team members behind you. It seems like it's very organized and orderly. So I would like to know, is there different offices that one can move up to in grades and ranks and levels coming in? Can one aspire to rise up the ranks? Can we know what the ranks are?
Yeah, no problem. Definitely, organization is at the core of this school. First and foremost, an organization is at the core of any nation, right? Anything that needs growth needs to be organized. You're planting something, you need a pot. You need a pot to stay put. You need soil. You need soil to stay there. You need the seed. You need the seed to grow out. Right? That's still something being organized. Somebody put things in place to get optimum production. And the Lord put things in place. Like everything we do is from the Bible, right? Give me Deuteronomy 1 and start at 15. Somebody else hold the Lord lift it up, right? Come on. Deuteronomy 1:15, quickly.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 15. So I took the chief of your tribe.
Skip me up to where we starting at? 13? Let me read 13.
13. Deuteronomy 1 and 13. Take you wise men and understanding and known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you.
Right. This is Moses' advice to Israel when we came out of Egypt. Because just like if we were to come out of America today, let's say America's government falls, right? The Lord comes back, he takes Israel out. He takes his nation out who he wants, he takes the government out. The first thing would be to organize. So Moses told them he going to take men from each tribe, wise men, wisdom according to the laws of the Bible. Men who have a reputation for keeping the laws of the Bible and dealing righteously, who the people have confidence in. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And ye answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken, is good for us to do.
All right, so now they agreed and they said, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to organize. Give me verse 15.
Verse 15. So I took the chief of your tribe.
Right, he went to each tribe. He took the chief men, the men who was known, who had these law, who understood the law, who understood everything about the law, the culture of Israel, who kept it, and who people respected. Go ahead.
Wise men.
Wise men, according to these laws. Go ahead.
And known.
Uh-huh.
And made them heads over you.
And he made them heads over this nation, according to each tribe. And this is how he made them heads. Go ahead.
Captain.
What?
Captain.
What?
Captain.
Go ahead.
Over 1,000.
Go ahead.
And captain.
What?
Captain.
What?
Captain.
Go ahead.
Over 100.
Go ahead.
And captain.
They say priests,
Captain.
mayors,
Captain.
politicians,
Captain.
Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Captain.
It says captains. Go ahead.
Over 50.
Uh-huh.
And captains. Over 10.
You understand? He set up a rank and order. And why he used captains? Because those men, that military order is what's going to control a nation. Right? That separation of the military came with the Greeks and the Romans when those upward Caesars wanted power. You understand? But those are the men who are going to lead this nation, who are going to decide what's right and defend this nation. Who better to defend it? You understand? So he set that up. And he set those men up to hear the problems, to hear the encumbrances. Now you asked about how does a man rise up? A young man coming in here, coming out of the world, or even a sister coming in. Of course, a sister ain't going to be captains or officers. She's going to be a sister until she decides to take her husband, or if not, just be a sister, right? But you come in here as a young man, your requirements are to show up in class and learn. Wear black for 90 days, right? That's how you become a trooper. You wear black for 90 days, you show up in class and learn what you must learn. Relearn everything. You make that 90 days consistently, you get your Hebrew name and you get a rank of being a trooper. Now in that 90 days, what you're going to fight is your lust to eat pork, is your lust to go smoke weed, is your lust to get drunk and go to the strip club and spend your money, or just go buy whores and buy AIDS. That's what you're going to fight. Them 90 days is that time you fighting to come to class, coming, stumbling, falling, doing things, coming to class. That is enough time the Lord prescribed for a brother now to get strong and decide he's going to stand in this. Then he gets that trooper. Now as a trooper, you're going to come in here and your focus is to maintain. Because now you're in here, of course, the natural reflex reaction is to go back to what you're comfortable with. Your mission is to maintain. And as the Lord is looking on, people think these positions or the organization or everything comes from man. It does not come from man. Just like Moses' orders ain't come from man. Moses' orders came from the Lord. Just like Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah. We go in the Apocrypha, the Maccabees family headed up by Mattathias. The Lord told the men what to do. And the Lord tells Commandant General Yahanna what to do. You understand? The Lord is going, he knows everybody. He knows what each brother is doing. So he's able to see a dedication. Give me that scripture I want. But the Lord giveth the increase. Give me the Lord giveth the increase. He understands, he sees what you're going through. He sees your commitment. You understand? He sees it, and he is the one who's going to put things in place. You saw what happened with David. When the Philistines, who are Africans, tried to attack Israel with their champion Goliath. You understand? Nobody could have understood why David, who was a shepherd, went out there to defend Israel. But the Lord gave that increase. The Lord wanted somebody who is the underdog, somebody who obviously can't win, to win, which is the story of Israel, which is the story of any good movie you watch. Everybody roots for the underdog. And we today are the underdogs. Give me 1 Corinthians 3 and 7.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 7. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth.
Right. The man who plants and the man who watereth is not really up to you. It's not up to you. You doing the Lord's will. Go ahead.
But God that giveth the increase.
But the Lord gives the increase. Like you could plant a seed that don't have to grow. You could plant it, water it, fertilize it, do all your science behind it. It don't have to grow. The white man spend billions on rocket ships and they blow up on the base. It don't have to go nowhere. The Lord gives the increase. So in here, you come and you serve the Lord, you're going to get the increase, right? You're going to get that increase. You're going to get it. And of course, the brother who gets it is the brother who is concerned with the plight of his people, who's going to use his authority, his command, his wisdom to help black people. The brother who going to cry when black people cry, who going to mourn when black people mourn, and the brother who is going to get angry when he see his brothers get angry, and he going to do something about it. That brother, the Lord raises up. And today we have a bright and shining example of that type of brother, Commanding General Yahanna, who started off as a trooper, who went through his officership, did Hebrew Academy in 1984, went through Hebrew Academy, which is another program we have where we turn ordinary young black men into soldiers for the Lord. You want to become a man? You sign up in the Israelite school at UPK, you get in that Hebrew Academy, you're going to know how to be a man. You understand? That's how it comes about. That's how brothers get that authority. And once again, the Lord gives it as this nation grows. You understand?
Okay, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you for that. Okay, we've literally reached the end of the show. So I'm actually going to just wind it down right now. We've got 2 more questions that I'm going to get our brother to answer. So before that takes place, I would, if you haven't subscribed already, please just hit the subscribe button. What that does for the show is this helps, this actually helps the reach of the show. If you subscribe to the show and you press that share button, it increases the reach of the show, increases the chances of somebody being touched by this very message within inside of this show. It increases the chance of we actually changing somebody's life, okay? We all come to consciousness in various ways. We all come to consciousness in various ways. I have youngsters, little as the age of 13, 13 to the age of 17, that's messaging me. They're up on their game consoles, their Xboxes, their PlayStations. They've got their YouTube showing via that onto their TV screens. They come across, talk with the Titan, and they give me messages to thank me, to say they appreciate of the information that's being broadcasted. They tune in every single week, they say. They're catching up on old episodes with our brother Guerrilla Hebrew that was in as well. Catching up on episodes with Zion Lex, Nux, Yashibel, Hebrew Israelites, Divine Prospect, etc., etc. So please, hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed right now. Even simple likes helps us, to reach a grander audience. We want to actually collect the largest audience of people that actually want to make a difference in this world, that wants to change themselves first and be able and capable to go out into the world and change other people's lives, to uplift, to inspire, and to educate the whole world, basically. That's what we're trying to create here on this channel. So various people won't be able to subscribe to the Hebrew doctrine, but they might be able to subscribe to the Islamic doctrine, or they might be able to subscribe to the Hebraic doctrine, whichever, the Kemet doctrine. So we try to keep it very open so we can actually transform lives. That's what we're here for. We're here for the people. We're here to transform lives. And every subscriber we like helps us to transform the people's lives. It's not for my own purpose because I see a like or I see somebody subscribe new, but it's reaching that audience to help them to become a better person. All right. So with that being said, there's a lot of people that's asking as well. So simple things like this, as finding out about this about the language classes on the Fridays, 7 to 9 p.m. If you want to check it out, go on to the ISUPK channel, and you'll be able to learn the Lashon Kadash. And could you give us that link again, my brother? Because there's a few brothers out there that wants to learn the language and they want to know where can they learn. So if you could repeat it about 2 times for them, where they can find it.
No problem. You go to our website, www.isupk.com. That's isupk.com. You click on classes. There's going to be a drop-down menu. You look for classes. We run classes every day of the week. Tuesday night is brotherhood. Wednesday night is the law. Thursday night is scripture breakdown. Friday night is the Lashawan Kodash, or the Holy Tongue, which is the Hebrew language, from 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Friday. On Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, we have the Sabbath service proceedings, where you get to see how the Sabbath service is done, officially how it was done hundreds of years ago, with the ram's horn, with the oil, with the wine, everything done in procedure. Monday nights, Commanding General Yahanna has the hottest, roughest, toughest radio show on the internet in any media setting, called The Grill, 9 p.m. Eastern, on that same website, www.isupk.com. You check us out. We're going to be on live. We have several radio shows Monday morning with General Tazaryach. We have radio shows coming out of Syracuse, New York. The brothers, the officers, Yahanna. Thursday nights, 12 midnight, Captain Tazaryach with his show up there in New York. I mean, this thing is geared for everybody, and you're going to learn everything from brotherhood to keeping your law, to understanding the scripture, to your language, and how to observe the Sabbath. This is really universal and practical knowledge, and it's what black people need.
Thank you. Okay, so we have a question here coming directly from the YouTube. It's from the user GMS Rebuke the Tempter. Sorry, so I'll repeat that again. It's from GMS Rebuke the Tempter. And it says here, question: can you explain the prophecy of the beast, his image, and the mark? Can you explain the prophecy of the beast, his image, and the mark? Revelations.
No sweat. And once again, that's a very good question, because as you see what's going on in the earth today, that is prophecy is happening right now. And again, if anybody has any question of whether the Bible's authenticity, show me it in some other book about this beast and his mark. All right. So now let's get it. Give me the actual scripture in Revelation quickly. Who have it?
Revelation chapter 13, verse 17.
All right, go ahead. Come on.
He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Skip me up to the beast. Mention the beast first.
Okay. Verse 15.
Come on.
And he gave power. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
All right. So now there's a beast on the earth. Give me more subtle beast that they feel. Now the Bible is written like how black people talk. Like everybody just watched the Super Bowl with Marshawn Lynch. What do they say about him? He's a beast. There's a video on YouTube with him. The video is about him, and the video is called Beast Mode. Does that mean he have a horn and a tail and roam the fields and forage and is rooming with 3 stomachs? No. That's just how black people talk. And the Lord described the nations as beasts. You know why he described them as beasts? He calls us his sheep. And what do beasts do to sheep? They devour them. Like the Chinese devoured black people. Like the Arabs devoured black people. Like the Africans devour black people. And the white man, who is the beast, he has devoured black people. Give me something. Come on.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1.
We're in Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Just stick with me. This is how the Bible is understood. Go ahead.
Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Was what?
Was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. You understand? This is the serpent that was in Genesis. The Christian church teaches that this is a literal viper that spoke, which is a lie. Just like black people talk. If you hear brothers talking about a man snitching, they call him what? A rat. Does that mean you have a long nose with a black tip and like cheese? Nah. It's just he lives like a rat. Now, it's someone who is a snake is a low-down, dirty deceiver. You are a snake. You are old snake. And that's the white man. Give me Revelation 12 with the snake. Revelation 12 and 9. Hand me Caesar in the corner there too, Saka. Come on with it. Give me to Revelation 12 and 9. You got it?
Come. Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
That what?
Old serpent.
That what?
Old serpent.
That same serpent. That same serpent, he is now a great dragon. And he gonna be defeated. Keep reading.
Called the devil.
Called what?
The devil.
Called what?
The devil.
That old serpent, who is now the great dragon. Once again, he's big and powerful and can fly and breathe fire down and destroy nations, just like the white man, his stealth bombers. In the Vietnam War, the white man would paint a dragon face on his nose tip and spray napalm and spray Agent Orange and burn his enemies like a dragon. That old serpent, who is now the dragon, was called what?
The devil.
Called what?
The devil.
Called what?
The devil.
Show me some spiritual scientific book that calls the white man the devil, and I will join. Show it to me. The Bible says the white man is the devil. Go ahead.
And Satan.
And what?
And Satan.
Go ahead.
Which deceiveth the whole world.
So this white man, this serpent, he is the devil that deceives the whole world. Now go back to Revelation 13 where it called him the image of the beast. Now remember, Genesis just said the serpent is the most subtle beast of the field, meaning there's other beasts in the field, other nations, right? But this beast is the most subtle. This beast is going to rape your children and molest your children, and then come with this and said, I come in peace. This beast dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and put this picture up. This beast conquered the Taino Indians, the Ephraimites, the Puerto Ricans, the Colombians, the tribe of Levi, the Haitians, Dominicans, and put this up, and we forgive him. You know why? Because he looks harmless. There's subtlety. This is subtlety, you understand. ISIS got to make a video with them burning a man in a cage. This man come to a country with a brief bag and a suit and a tie, and your country will belong to him in a year. He's the most subtle beast of the field. Go back to Revelation 13.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
This beast here, his physical name is called Caesar Borgia. He was the second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. And with this image, he conquered nations. And at one time, the Roman Empire died. It fell, it was wounded, but America resurrected it. And he had power to give, wait, read again.
They had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
This is his image. The white man is the beast. This is his image. It gave life to this image. Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak.
Should what?
Should both speak.
How does this image speak? Jesus loves everybody. The white man is Jesus. He loves everybody. Hashkalabah, shkalabah, shkalabah. Hallelujah. All nations can be saved. America, hoorah, home of the free, land of the brave, defenders of the earth, while they bomb, rape, and molest your children and rape resources from all third world countries. This image speaks. Go ahead.
And cause that as many as would not worship the image.
And if you don't want to get down with this image, that represents what? Christianity, democracy, white supremacy. If you would not worship this image, which is the beast, which is the devil, go ahead.
Of the beast should be killed.
If you don't worship this beast, you're going to be killed. Meaning what? You don't take on Christianity as your philosophy. You don't want it there. You rejected it. That's why ISIS is fighting so damn hard to have this democracy come over there. Democracy went to Egypt and they rioted in the street. Burned down the museum, all the mummies all on the ground all over the damn place. Democracy went to the Middle East and they rioted. They're fighting to not worship this image. Because with this image comes crack cocaine, comes heroin, comes molestation, comes murder. And if it's one thing these nations know, they don't ever want to end up like niggas in America. So they're going to fight it. But if you don't worship that image, you're going to be killed. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great.
And he calls it what?
All, both small and great.
What is this small and great? This small and great nations. Once again, this white man, this image did not conquer individually. This image was not pushed on me and you individually. This image was pushed on a national level and brought down as culture to be accepted. So all great nations and small nations, go ahead.
Rich and poor.
Rich nations and poor nations. America, Britain, Africa, all of Canada. Those rich nations, poor nations, Africa, Guatemala. Poor nations, go ahead.
Rich and poor, free and bond.
Free and bond. First world countries and third world countries. Why they call third world countries bond? Why? Because they're bond, they're in chains. They're tied up in the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Go do some research on Barbados and the bananas and how they put sanctions on them. Go do some research on Mexico that grows rice as a national export and they ain't allowed to buy their own damn rice. Why? Because they don't want this devil ruling over them. Go do some research on Haiti. First successful revolution, so to speak. Look at Haiti today. You don't want the French to rule over you? No sweat. You don't want to worship the image of the beast? You don't want to follow his philosophy and glorify this image? No problem. Live in poverty. Small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Go ahead.
To receive a mark.
To receive what?
A mark.
To receive what?
A mark.
Go ahead.
In their right hand.
Uh-huh.
Or in their forehead.
Or in their forehead. So now we have a beast, a serpent, which is not literal, referring to the white man. The image of the beast that has power. This is the image of a man, not a horned bull. This is the image of a man, so you know the spirit is coming in. So the mark of the beast is what? What is his mark? How do you know you serve this white man? How do I know? How I can look at you and tell if you're down with this image here, or if you're not? I can look at you with your shaven face and your suit and your tie, going to church, falling out in democracy. Hail America. You have the mark of the beast. I could look at you going to join the white man's military with his guns to shoot some Arabs that never do nothing to you in your damn life. Bin Laden dropped towers in New York. He ain't come to the hood and bomb the basketball court. What the hell are you going over there fighting some Arabs for? But you go to push this image. You go to fight for this image. You go to kill for this image. Now I can look at you and realize you wearing the mark of the beast. You love his philosophy, his Christianity, his democracy, his way of life. That's the mark in your forehead, in your mind. Your mind is all the way in tune with this world and America and its regime. And the mark in your right hand in the Bible represents your strong hand, meaning this is the hand you go to fight for, go to fight with. This is the hand you shed blood with. And that mark is on your hand. You brothers in the military, in the Navy, in the Air Force, in the white man's police system, you may not know it, but you fight to push the mark of the beast. You fight for his agenda. How do I know that? Because you're slaughtering black people every day. Only a beast would slaughter the sheep of the Lord. Only a beast would kill and murder the way he does. Just to do what? Push good old homosexual white Jesus. The mark of the beast is his philosophy in your mind and when you take up guns to fight for the beast. That's the mark of the beast. Christianity is the mark of the beast. Democracy is the mark of the beast. And when you look at it, every religion on the earth is the mark of the beast. Why? Because every religion promotes white supremacy. All promotes white supremacy. Islam right now, the Middle East is run by who? Them sheiks, them Saudis. They're descendants of Alexander. They're white people. They're not real Arabs. And they push their stuff to promote. You understand?
Okay, thank you. Question, we're going to actually go on a little bit later with the after show. So if you want to be part of this panel right now, just go towards the Facebook group, Talk with the Titans. You can Google it. You don't even have to be on Facebook. Just Google it, Talk with the Titans, and you will find the link to be able to carry on listening or be part of the panel with the after show debates and discourses going on. So that's how you tune in to hear more of this great Titan talking. So brother Lord Abba, I'm going to open up to you to actually ask a question. And I have to say, we have to cut it very short, succinct questions and very short answers, please.
Islam, can you hear me, beloved?
Islam, my brother, I can hear you.
Islam. First, I want to say I rise giving all praise to Allah, the highest of honors to his holy and divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali, honors to his harbinger, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, honors to all messengers who came to us in the West, honors to all true prophets, and honors to you all, for when man honors man, he honors his father, God, Allah. Being that we have to, keep this thing short, I have several questions, but I'm going to keep it short. We Moorish Americans teach that the people, our people in America, are Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa, that these were the people that were taken in the actual slave trade. I have done hundreds of hours of research to prove this particular claim. But my question, being that we have to be brief, comes from out of the Bible, whereas Moab is said to be Moab and Ammon is said to be the two daughters of Lot. So my question is twofold. Do you believe that Moab and Ammon were actual products of an incestuous relationship? And if Moab and Ammon are single individuals, why are they only mentioned as a group of people thereafter and never singularly in the biblical text again?
Jeremiah 48. No sweat, brother, no sweat. First off, let me correct you, because since up here, all things biblical, we are the scholars on it. All right? All things biblical. Moab and Ammon are not the daughters of Lot. The sons that came from incest, not by the will of Lot, but by the weak minds of his daughters, are Moab and Ammon. Now, I'm going to prove to you, first off, that the Moabites are not us, all right? The Ammonites are not us. Moabites today are the Chinese. Ammon today are the Japanese, you understand? And they are mentioned later on, and I'm going to get it. Hold Jeremiah 48, look for he's on his lees and never been emptied out. Give me, yeah, Mongoloid. Give me Mongoloid. Give me where it says in the scriptures with Moab and Ammon. You have it there, Genesis, what, 21, something like that? 19, no sweat, let's go.
Come.
19 and 31 first.
Genesis chapter 19, verse 31. And the firstborn said unto the younger, our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us.
Right. This is after the Lord burned that sodomite, that homosexual and lesbian city, Sodom and Gomorrah, which is an African city, down to the ground. Lot and his two daughters escaped. And those two daughters, they thought that was the end of it. They thought that was it. When it was just some cities the Lord burned down, there were other people. But they being simple, they say, there ain't no man. Go ahead.
There ain't no man to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine.
Right.
And we will lie with him.
Right. They plotted to get him drunk and then lie with him. Go ahead.
That we may preserve seed of our father.
All right, that they wanted now to preserve seed of their father. They were dead wrong. That's why the scripture said the woman is the weaker vessel. Right? She should have trusted in the Lord. Skip me down to the birth of Moab and Ammon.
Verse 37. And the first bare a son, and called his name Moab.
And the first bare a son, calling his name Moab. Go ahead.
The same is the father of the Moabites.
Right, go ahead.
Unto this day.
Unto this day, there are some people who are the product of incest. Go ahead.
And the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Ami.
Which means Ammon. Go ahead.
The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day.
Unto this day, there are some people who are the product of incest. Now, if you know anything about incestuous relationships, the children come out retarded. Give me Mongoloid. You know Mongol, Mongolian Empire. You ever know how they got that name? Come on, give it to me.
I'm reading from the Webster's 9th New Collegiate Dictionary.
This is the Webster's 9th New Collegiate Dictionary. Come on with it.
Definition of Mongoloid. Of constituting or characteristic of a major racial stock native to Asia.
Constituted a major racial stock native to Asia. And let me stop right there because I know you're going to say we the original Asiatic man. Well, let's see if we fit this description. Come on.
As classified according to physical features.
And they're classified according to their physical features. Look at me. I look like the typical nigger. I belong either in prison or a plantation. Big lips, big nose, dark like night. Come on.
That includes peoples of Northern and Eastern Asia. Malaysian. Eskimos.
Skip me down to the description.
Or affected with Down syndrome.
Or what?
Or affected with Down syndrome.
They are affected with Down syndrome. Go ahead, give me the description of it with the eyes and the nose. It should be somewhere right there where it tells you their eyes and their nose, the space of their eyes is disproportionate to the space of their nose, which is characteristic of Down syndrome. The Moabites today fit that characteristic. He is a retard by nature. Who the hell makes a weapon with 2 sticks at the end and a chain in the middle, swinging it all over the damn place? Right? Talking about martial arts. You put their baddest Japanese or Chinese fighter somewhere in the hood and watch some brother beat him to death. That's Moab and Ammon in the Bible. They're Chinese and Japanese, a nation of retards. Now, give me 1 second. Give me Jeremiah 48 and 11. Quickly. Give me Jeremiah chapter 48 and 11. All right? It's going to give you some more and more. Come on with it.
Jeremiah 48 and 11. Moab had been at ease from his youth.
He had what?
Been at ease from his youth.
Moab has been at ease from his youth. Ever since they erected dynasties, they have been at ease. That's why they have that Great Wall of China, Ming Dynasty, and all these dynasties. Go ahead. That's why today you have Chinatown in every nation in America, in every state, in every country, with their dragons and all their cultures that go back centuries down there to a millennia. Go ahead.
And he has settled on his lease.
He's settled on his lease. He's able to sit back and sit comfortably. Go on.
And have not been empty from vessel to vessel.
He has not been emptied from vessel to vessel, like we have been poured out into the Assyrian captivity, like we have been poured out. This is a vessel, and they poured us in Egypt, poured us out into Assyria, poured us out into Babylonian captivity, poured us into the Roman Empire, and today we poured out and laid on the ground of America. Moab ain't been poured out like that. His culture is rich. His culture is authentic. Keep going.
And have not, neither have he gone into captivity.
Neither has he what?
Gone into captivity.
Neither has he what?
Gone into captivity.
No, brother, you said we Moabites, we've been in captivity. The Bible says Moab have never gone into captivity. What is you speaking about? Now understand this, and brother, there's no offense. This is just how Commander General Yahanna raised me. To fight and defend the honor of a brother who saw it fit to give his life for his brothers, our King Yahushua and Christ. When it comes to the Bible, brother, we the scholars up here. Yes. I know this thing inside out because I learned from Commander General Yahanna. You understand? Moab has never gone into captivity. Finish it off.
And his scent is not changed.
His scent is not changed. That's why you have Chinatown today in every neighborhood. The Chinese dragon, 10% off, 10 a double 10, 10 and a 10 and a 10% off. Their scent ain't changed. They're the same proud bastards. Look for that scripture, the proud bastards. Finish me off in the dictionary.
Mongoloidism.
Mongoloidism. Go ahead.
A type of
I'm after
mental.
Bravo.
Hold on 1 second. A type of congenial.
We'll have to pause you right there. We're going to go into this literally as an after show. If you don't know, we have an after show that continues for another hour or two where our brothers are going to get in at each other. If you don't know, right now we have our brother Lord Aber in the studios. We have our brother Tazaryach in the studio. Brother Isa in the studio. Oh my gosh, you can tell already that fireworks going on. We have opposing ideologies, opposing teams that want to get at each other. So we can't actually air this live. Okay, this is something special that only our top YouTube engagers, our people on the Talk with the Titans Facebook group can get involved with. So we have to cut the show short right now because we've gone over and over time. So this is the live show. We have to sign out. But it's continuing. It's continuing. So if you're in here, stay in here. This is going to get really, really heated. So, you know, I'm going to allow our brother just to sign out right now. So, brother Mashak, sign out, but go back into what you're talking about as soon as we've logged off on air. So, brother Mashak, please just sign out and give our audience, you know, some last words. Yeah, give our audience some last words, please.
No sweat, brother, no sweat. Once again, we are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Command and General Yahanna. We are not affiliated with any Hebrew Israelite group. If it's not from the ISUPK under Command and General Yahanna, it's not of the Lord. In 2012, Command and General Yahanna gave the order, every Israelite born is to come together under this school so we can build this nation right. Now see you brothers out there, you full of zeal and ready to fight and defend Christ. Come and learn the proper way to do it. Put all pride aside and all selfish ambitions and come and serve Christ and represent him. We got Captain Tazaryach, a powerful lecture February 22nd, National Black Theater in New York. Go check him out. You'll see him on the street. That brother is bad as can be. Why? Because he learned the proper way from Command and General Yahanna. March 3rd and 4th, we got the Feast of Purim. Going to be broadcast live right here. And of course, April 2nd, Alhambra Ballroom, sundown. Thursday, we're going to celebrate the Lord's Passover. And we're going to drink and eat and remember when the Lord killed every filthy Egyptian that ever enslaved us. And wait on the day when he would bathe the streets of America in the blood of the white man and set us free. We're the Israelite School of UPK, home of the truth. I'd like to say shalom to you all. We're going to be in London soon, burning the queen out of her damn drawers. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. All right. You know what? I need to actually get. I was going to go out New York already, but you know, I'm going to have to sort this out for the next coming months. I need to get out into New York. I need to get over into America full stop and actually tour around, get into DC, see these brothers as Captain Mashak Mayam, see the brothers as Tazaryach, see brothers like Guerrilla Hebrew, see brothers like Divine Prophet Nasi Yeshua, etc. I want to get in contact with Commanding General Yahanna, sit down and hear this great man himself. So hopefully, you know, right down in Africa, I'm going to be flying back to the UK very soon. I'm still touring and I have to see some family members first. And then I'm going to get over into the UK and then hopefully book a flight out into the US soon so I can meet up with these brothers. All right, so this has been Talk with the Titans and I have been Kalam. We're signing out with a big Kum Yasha'Allah and Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.